Hello, everybody. Since our first interview slash conversation to the Magic Behind the Ukrainian Actors featuring Valeria Fokina went so well and we had so much fun, we had to take two parts of it. So today you can enjoy the second part of it. So have fun.
I have another question. Is there maybe a funny story which you could tell us what happened on set, what you remember, no
Oh,
matter if it's a vertical or a mini movie
actually, it happens all the time.
all the time?
It's even hard to like think of one right away. It's like when you need to write an essay and the topic is whatever you like, and you'd be like, what should I write about? Make it clear, like about your summer or about something else. When it's just like whatever topic, it's hard to think of something. But mm, okay, let me see. Oh, okay, I have one funny story.
Okay.
It was Billionaire disguised as Gigolo. It was on set of that vertical. Um, so because we're all friends on set, and the director is actually also one of my friends, Marina, and we were joking during lunchtime, joking funny stuff, and then she said something, and I pretended to be offended by that, and I said, I will be silent till the end of this shooting day. I will say only my lines, but between the takes, I won't say a word. And it was just like she knew I was joking. I know everyone knew I was joking, but it was a funny challenge to make because I talk a lot. I'm always loud on set. I love to sing, dance,
It was
perform,
harder for
like
you than for the others.
yeah, entertain others and everything. I love all of the attention. And she was like, "No way you could do that." So then she spent like two or three scenes trying to make me talk. She would be like, "Did you get it? Did you get it?" And I was be like, and she was like, "Damn it, say something." And then I had scene when I was talking over the phone. My ex called me. Oh no, I was calling my ex to get some information from him.
Yeah,
And yeah, and we have a script advisor on set because like when we're filming my of me speaking over the phone, we don't have the other actor. Maybe he's not even today in the
that,
shoot day. Yeah. So
yeah.
it filmed separately. So our script advisor would read all of his lines to me. And it was an English speaking person because we have like a native speaker on set who checks our pronunciation, who checks that we say all of the lines correctly. And so they told him to say a Ukrainian meme instead of the real line he should be saying as a character. And so there is like one Ukrainian popular meme, and he's an English speaking person. So he was like, okay, I will do that. And we're on roll, like we're filming. And I would be like, hi, Robert. And I'm like acting and everything. It's so hard for me to call my ex and everything. And then instead of like, hey, hello, why are you calling? He's saying, Добрий вечір, студія, in the most English possible accent ever. And I was like, okay. And I couldn't hold it. I broke the character, of course, because it was too much. And but it's still somewhere. Like they still have this videotape somewhere. But it was really funny. It
You
was,
need to try to get it.
yeah.
You
And
need to try to get it for your own.
I was like, I can do this. I can do this. I can. And no, I couldn't. I couldn't.
They tried
And
hard.
yeah, and actually, they tricked me to talk because my makeup, like the makeup person, came to me to like fix my wig or something. And then the light guy, I guess, he needed to do some wind. So like the door is closing and he needed to do some like wind, fake wind for me,
Yeah.
my hair to go back. And it was at the rehearsal. She just fixed my wig. And then he wants to try how to do that. And he's trying to do that, and I'm saying, no, 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 Zhenya just fixed my wig. And everybody went, oh, you talked. And I was like, damn. So yeah, they taught me. But then
But
Zhenya was very happy. She was like, she appreciates my job. She broke her I'm not talking challenge just to save her hairstyle. She's my favorite. So that's a funny story. And it happens all the
yeah,
time, just like one of a million.
that's amazing actually, and they tried hard to get you to speak.
Yeah, but I'm
Um,
very stubborn. I'm like, nope, not happening.
um, since we are talking for a while now, I have, I guess, two more questions.
Okay.
First of all, how is it for you to play often those steamy scenes, or you don't wear much on cam? Is that okay for you, or how you deal with that?
Well, first of all, usually, so there are some rules that crew would follow shooting those intimate scenes. So usually, like on set, there would be like 30 people with the sound guy, camera guy, and all of the assistants and everything like that. But when we film those scenes, we ask everyone to leave the room. So there is only like, one camera guy, one sound guy, and that's it. And between the takes, they would put your assistant would put you a robe on. And so there are some like rules, which kind of makes it a little bit easier. But of course, it's not like, I guess, when you watch a movie and you see two actors act like they're in love, they're kissing, they're hugging, or some intimate scenes, you would think, wow, it must be so pleasant to do it because it's like Tom Hardy or whatever, or whoever. But usually it's strange and uncomfortable, even if you're like good friends, especially if you're good friends, like you're kissing your friend. What's wrong with you? Because you basically
Yeah,
kissing a stranger. And
yeah,
but I got lucky. All of my partners, which I did intimate scenes with, were very respectful. They helped me to cover between the takes when they cut. They helped me to put something on before everybody else goes in to fix the lights, fix the sound, fix whatever. And they would make sure that I'm comfortable. They would ask me, can I touch you here? Can I touch you there? So it would be, and all of the directors that I worked with on those intimate scenes would also be very respectful and ask me, can he do this? Can he do that? And yeah, but usually those intimate scenes, they are discussed in advance
yeah,
before, like when you got the role, you're like, okay, let's talk about intimate scenes. We're gonna show this part of your body, you're gonna do this, this and that. You can say, I don't want to do this and that. Then you'll negotiate and you figure something else.
yeah,
But of course it's uncomfortable, like for any other person. Like I don't feel like anyone who's watching this would want to get half naked in front of a complete stranger and be kissed by a person who's not your partner.
yeah,
But I guess in our community, because it's really is a community, we're trying to make it as much comfortable as
yeah,
possible.
yeah. I think it's must be very, you're not really stressful too, because you have to pretend that it's real, and I can tell you, it looks real. I know a lot of people in the fandom, they love it that the Ukrainians make movies which are so damn steamy. They can't wait until the next one is coming out. I can tell you that. Um, but it must be very stressful because you need to have yourself under control. I mean, for us females, it's maybe a little bit easier than sometimes for the male actors, but it is very steamy on in the verticals, but still in a very good way that it's still that everyone could still feel comfortable, that it's not too naughty, you know. And I just know there are a lot of actors who not actors, people in the community who laugh, especially the Ukrainian verticals, because we Europeans are more open-minded than maybe some other countries. And that's why it's come out like this. And I can tell you, you guys make a great job doing scenes like that. And don't stop doing that.
Yeah, we understand that people mostly watches those verticals because of those scenes as well. Because like when we got we get in a script, and of course we see those steamy scenes right away, and I can tell you, like, the farther we go, the more steamy scenes in the script. So we started with like one intimate scene in the whole vertical, like their first intimacy. Now it's like 3, 4, 5, and you'll be like, come on, like, can we like act in between, please? Yeah, but we understand that people love it, people
Yeah,
watch, and but yeah, it's again, it looks real, but that's our job to make it look real and easy.
yeah. And
But it's not.
and I, for example, myself, I like it if you can't see anything, but actually you see everything, and can use your imagination. And that's what I guess the community of the Ukrainian verticals love by watching those movies, because they can imagine more into it. Yeah. So I can tell you they like it. So actually, uh, um, one last question would be, are there new projects coming out soon, and or are you shooting right now something?
Yeah, I just finished shootings into short movies.
Mhm.
And I'll have more in the end of this month, long busters. And as for the verticals, we finished a vertical. I finished one vertical in January. I I don't even know if it's out there yet. Because actually I don't
Who's
like,
acting in there? Who's
yeah,
your
I'm like, I don't follow all of that because
no,
we do our
I know.
like private crew watching, so I already watched
Mhm.
it. So I
Um,
don't know.
if you tell me just no, actually it can't be out because I told you all verticals which are
Oh,
out from
okay.
you.
Okay. So maybe it's not out yet. But it's a funny one. It's I played a villain there. And I
Ooh.
love playing villains.
There's one question I have. Which part it's more difficult to play, the good one or the villain or bitch?
For me, it's easier to play a bitch. 100%.
Your movement just said it.
Really, because like even according to psychology, you have to accept your dark part of yourself. And I'm not only accepting the dark part of myself, I can show it with like in the most harmless way. And this is my job. I'm getting paid for that.
Yeah,
That's like a perfect combo for me because I can do bad things on set. My characters can do bad things. And I can express that dark part of myself, but I can still be a good person in real life. I don't have
yeah,
to express that part of myself in my real life, in my day-to-day life. And it's amazing. And playing villains is so much more fun because good ones are usually like suffering, struggling,
yeah,
having their relatives die, like dying, and all of that, which is also like I love drama. And I
yeah,
love to do all of that because you can also process your inner pain through the characters. And it's also like a psychological, it's like a therapy, basically. Acting is a therapy. But when you play villains, it's so much more interesting because you rarely experience those things in your real life. So it's much more
Yeah,
interesting to look inside of yourself, look around, and find something that you can use while you're playing those characters. So I love playing villains. And sometimes
that's
I'd be like,
great.
oh my God, I was playing good characters for too long. I want to play a villain so bad. So sometimes I miss playing a villain.
And then there are different steps of being a villain. The one like who's just a gold digger and try to get her money and be a little bit bitchy, but there can be a villain who's really dangerous. So that's a nice thing to see, from the really bad one to the middle one to the good one. So and I prefer actually to see sometimes actors getting out of their comfort zone with roles. There's one thing which is more in the mini movies than in the verticals, the domestic violence and abusive husbands and stuff like that. That must be hard to play too. I mean, if you never, thanks God, never had to experience something like that, but you have to play like that. You have some male colleagues which are mostly playing the abusive one. And I think the vertical scene and mini movie scene, not just in the Ukraine but worldwide, need to get away from these that the females are always the people who get hit or need to have the domestic violence, and the males are always the strong guys. They need to get away from this, because it's you have to be a role model, I guess, as an actor, and if it would become a little bit more less, it would be extremely good.
Yeah. Unfortunately, we don't have any influence on
I
scripts.
know.
Yeah. And we can choose where would we like to participate and where we're
Yeah,
not like want to do that. But still, yeah, but I agree 100% because this is two-sided problem, and domestic violence and emotional and physical abuse can happen on the both sides. And
yeah.
it's not always a man who abuses a woman. It can be
No, I
versa.
seen a difference in the mini movies as well. So you had some movies where it's about mental health of men and women. So there been in one mini movie been 6 stories with different actors, and they had, for example, the subject mental health issues. And I think sometimes to take some subjects which is happening in the world right now, it's very interesting, because everyone could imagine, hey, that could be me. So, and it's not always that everyone is so strong or is always the poor person or whatever. So the role model theme, I guess it's more important for some of the audience. Yeah. And yeah, actually, we spoke a lot.
Yeah.
And I liked it a lot. Thanks a lot for joining us. It was very interesting, and yeah, it's amazing that you said yes. We actually the whole fandom feels honored.
Thank
Thanks a
you.
lot.
Thank you so much for inviting me. And I
You're
want to
welcome.
say one last thing. I cannot ignore it or not mention it. Uh, I want to say that we're really grateful for your support and for spreading information about us Ukrainians, because we are doing that under extreme circumstances. We're
Yeah,
doing that in the middle of the full-scale invasion, and we could have sleepless nights because of the missile attacks and then still go to SAD. We can have an air alert during the shooting day. We can go to the shelter and then come back and continue doing the intimate scene and pretend like everything was okay. And
that's weird. Yeah.
and I just want to say thank you to all of the people who's watching, who's supporting us. It means a lot to us because That's all we do. We only know how to do that. And no matter, regardless of the circumstances, we're doing that. And but it's very important for us to have this support, even in terms of views, kind words, comments, or whatever. It makes us feel like we're doing it for a good purpose. And so, yeah, I think that I can say from all of the actors, we're really grateful for all of that, for you supporting us and not forgetting what the situation with the war in Ukraine is.
And that's amazing thing why I love the Ukrainian verticals, because the circumstances which you guys are going through, it's amazed me that you are still able to manage something like that. Just look at the makeup artists, look at the costume departments, look at the locations where are you shooting. God damn, the Ukraine is beautiful, for real. And it's amazing what you are doing. And I can tell you there are a lot of people out there who may be struggling a little bit, and your movie's helping a lot. That's really, really, I hear it often that many people can't wait to watch the mini movies or verticals to get a little bit away from their own problems, and that helps a lot.
And that amazes me. And I didn't expect of these verticals and short movies to be that popular and for that many people to watch them. It surprised me till this day, but I'm really glad that it can help someone. It can make someone think about what they're doing, what they're saying. It helps to maybe to look at the life on a different angle and to think about some problems you would never think of if it wasn't for this short movie or a vertical.
Yeah.
So it's just important to know that we also impact someone's life in a good way, I hope. I hope you're not very traumatized by everything we're doing. But it's a good thing to know. It means like that it has a higher purpose. And it's great.
Yeah, and I must admit, it's different if I didn't see anything of an actor, for example, who lives in the States for a few days, because I know he or she is busy. But if we don't hear something from you guys, you always are worried because is something happened? So I would like to ask not just you, actually all your colleagues, if it would be possible, first of all, if I know you are busy, but sometimes just post a story or something so we know you are okay. And second of all, since there are not just Ukrainian fans, there are many fans worldwide. It would be awesome if you could make some English speaking content, or if you don't speak English in your private life, at least try to do some English subtitles. Because right now for us, it's always very difficult to understand what your stories are about. And we love to know everything about you. And it's really hard to figure out what it is. So that would be great if there would be more English speaking content. And even if you guys are going live on Instagram, TikTok, or wherever, try sometimes to do the live in bilingual, so English and Ukrainian. And you will see your fans will understand. If you switch from one language to the other, they will understand and they would love to interact with you guys.
Yeah, it's a good thought. I think that we should do it more often with the stories and lives. It makes total sense.
Because there are a lot of people worldwide who adore the hard work of you guys. And maybe you can spread those words to your colleagues if you see them. And even maybe tell about our fandom. That would be great too, because I'm in contact with a few, but some of them don't know it yet or didn't see my message. So that would be great.
Yeah,
So
I'll talk to like on set to everyone I see on set.
Yeah, that would be great. And thanks a lot again. And be safe, stay healthy, and just go on what you are doing because we love it.
Thank you. Thank you so much for this interview
You're
and for
welcome.
all of the work that you're doing.
You're
Yeah,
welcome.
I'll
It's
try
my
to
pleasure.
stay safe and I don't know, keep working for you guys to have more and more content.
Yeah, we try. We try our best. Thanks a lot.
Yeah. Thank
Bye.
you.